Cartes Ross here with Inspect Mania, and briefly I'm going to talk about search engine optimization. And again, this is another topic that people are confused about and lots of misinformation circulating around the internet. Now, search engine optimization, basically, let's back up. Search engines, generally you come here when you're looking for something, you go into the search engines and then you type in phrases or terms or keywords related to what you're looking for, and then you do a search, and then it brings back some listings of the different sites and sites available under those keywords. That's just search engines in general terms. I'm not going to get into how they work and the sciences of it and whatnot, but one thing that search engines will allow you to do, it will allow you to be found when people come looking for the products or services you have. And in this case, we're talking about home inspection. So ideally, you want to show up on the first page at least for people who are looking for your services. And further down on the listing or the further back in the pages you are, the less likely people will make their way to your site. So there are some things that you can do with your website to help increase your ranking. And that's what search engine optimization is all about. A lot of folks will tell you that there's a bunch of things you need to do, and they will try and sell you high-end packages ranging from $500 a month to $2,000 a month, and I've seen them as high as $5,000 to $6,000 per month for what they call search engine optimization packages. And then they drag it out by telling you it takes anywhere from 3 months to 6 months to 9 months to 12 months before you start to see your rankings appear. Now, I will tell you that the sites that we build, we used blogs, really, basically blogs. We disguise them as websites. And I'm very confident in telling you that the vast majority of the sites that we built, you will start to rank for your major keywords in as little as 30 days. It's not impossible. It's very realistic because a lot of the local competition are not doing the things that we suggest you do. This is not rocket science. People will have you believe that there's a special trick or special secrets to ranking, but it's not. And I'm going to show you here. Earlier we talked about Google pay-per-clicks, and here again, these are this section here. I typed in Atlanta home. Let's just do this here. Atlanta home inspector. Oops, spelled that wrong. So Atlanta home inspector. These here is the paid. This is the paid section here, and this is of course. Now look at this guy. I don't mean to jump off track, but this whack job is in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. And here I am typing in Atlanta home inspector. And here he is showing up for Dallas home inspector. And I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, looking up an Atlanta home inspector. These are the type of idiots you're dealing with. People who don't have a clue on what they're doing. Now, if I were to click on this ad is nothing. This ad is not related to Atlanta in any way, shape, form, or fashion. It's the way that this guy set his account up. He screwed it up. And this can cost him a lot of money. This is when you hear these horror stories where people wake up one morning and got these $5,000 bills from Google AdWords or Yahoo or MSN because of nonsense stuff like this. There's no way in the world he should be showing up here. But anyhow, stay on point here. But anyhow, this is the paid section, which this clown is paying right now. And this section here is also paid as well. Now we get down, scroll on down here, and we get to the natural search engine listings. And here we typed in Atlanta home inspector. And guess what? Two of my clients, whose sites that we've built, are in the top three, or rank in the top 3 spots. This is Ken's site right here, Ken Compton, and this is Bonnie Lelak's website right here. So of the top three listings here, 2 of my clients are right here. And it's not just for Atlanta home inspection. It's for Atlanta home inspection. Here they go right here. Here's Ken right here. And Bonnie and David drop down slightly here. And then we type in a variety of other cities related to the Atlanta metropolitan area, and they will also appear. Just to show you that this is not a fluke. I'm going to go to Nashville Home Inspector, and we scroll down to the natural listings, and this here is also a client of mine. This here is John Watkins of Nashville Home Inspections, and I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to type in Jackson Home Inspector, and this is for Jackson, Mississippi. I'm just showing you it's not a fluke. And here is James Brantley's website of Magnolia Home Inspections. He's right here, and this is also his website here, his blog site as well. So on the first page, he has 2 listings here. Let's go back up here, and we'll type in Charlotte Home Inspector. And notice I'm typing in major cities. I'm not typing in some lame city in the backwoods of Georgia somewhere. These are major metropolitan areas where competition is fierce. Home Inspection Carolina, this is Preston and Meg Sandlin. We got them a #1 ranking. Let's see here. Let's type in, let's see, Sacramento Home Inspector. And this is the page section here. And this is the page section here. And this is what they call the local search. But let's see if I have anybody. Yep, right here. This is James Boudreau out of Sacramento. And this site looks familiar. I don't know that guy. Let's see here. But again, these are major metropolitan areas, and our guys are ranking on the very first page. So this stuff works. Search engine, let me tell you the secret. And it's not a secret. I'm just going to bust the myth wide open. The person who adds content to their website on a regular basis will get the benefit of climbing up the engines a lot faster and maintain their positions at the top. There's no secret. One thing, and you'll learn more about this as I get further into this. The more content that you add on a regular, consistent basis, this stuff will keep you up the front. Just to give you an example, when I say content, I'm not saying you have to come up and make up stuff and add to your website. But when you go out and do an inspection and you have your video camera with you and you pull it out and you make a videotape of a video recording of something you just saw, 1, 2, 3 minutes. And then guess what? You take that video clip and you come and add that clip to your website, all in the effort to educate your prospects. Now, that is content. If you're only doing it once a week, I mean, that's good enough. But just be consistent with it. If you don't want to do it, we can do it. Send us the video files and we'll put it online. But the key here is consistency. And let me see if I can give you an example. Let's see here. The content, it's the content that will get you the rankings. Let's see here. Let me slide this over so you can see. Right here, this is a section, Inspect with Me. Ken's people go out, do inspections, and then they come back and add these video clips onto the website. This is content. This is fresh content. Testimonials. One thing, when you're out there in the field, get testimonials from your customers. Come back, add those testimonials to the website. You don't have to do this every single day. And what happened, let me show you an example on the testimonials. This here, customer service was above and beyond my expectations. And notice one thing here. We have these different keywords like Atlanta, Georgia, Douglasville, Georgia. These are the cities that the people did the inspections in. Atlanta, Georgia, Ackworth, Georgia. And technically we should have highlighted these things into what we call header tags, like H2 or H3 tags, but we didn't here. And we'll go back and do that later. But Woodstock, Georgia, again, we need a reason to put some of these keywords on the website because they service these areas. Cumming, Georgia, Beaufort, Georgia. So when you go out there and get testimonials, add them to your site because that is content. And let's jump back here to this page. Another thing, Ken happens to have a little radio show on where he does blog talk radio, and they talk to he may interview someone on a particular topic, and again he added to the website. Home maintenance tips, add some simple tips to the website. And when you add fresh content to the site, it will, chances are your competitors in your area is not doing it. They are not adding content on a regular basis. So chances are you'll be one of very few people who continue to add content, and that will pay off for you dearly and a lot sooner than later. Don't get into the habit that you have to wait 6 months for this stuff to work. It doesn't. Another thing that you can do to get traffic is write some write some articles or write on different topics. Or say, for instance, if you go out and find something wrong with a roof, maybe write 4 or 5 paragraphs about that roof, and that can become an article, and you can add that to your website. And you can also take that same article and add it to different directories online, article directories such as ezinearticles.com. That's one of many. Another thing, you can link to get other real estate professionals to link to your website, swap out links with them as well. This stuff is not about tricking the search engines. We don't trick the search engines, and we advise you not to trick the search engines, because when it's all said and done, they all have their own algorithms. They update their algorithms on a regular basis. And if you're trying to trick the search engines, it'll come back to haunt you, because one day you'll come back to your site and see that your rankings are on page number 9 where it used to be on page 1. Focus on quality, relevant content, and the search engines will reward you accordingly. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's a few other things, and we'll talk about that later, but that really is the gist of it. You don't have to wait 6 months, 9 months, 12 months to see results. You can see results in as little as 30 to 60 days. Most of the sites that we put up, most of the clients that we dealt with are seeing results in as little as 30 days. So don't let people tell you otherwise. At least try this route yourself. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Try it yourself, and if after 60 days you don't see any results, then perhaps talk to a professional or talk to us, and we'll take a look at what you got. But another thing, many cities have a local newspaper, and for example, in our city, there is a newspaper called the Daily Tribune, and they allow you to advertise here. They allow us to advertise these little banners on their website. And in this case here, we're talking about $50 a month. Now, will you get a lot of business from it? Probably not. But when you start dealing with news-related websites, search engines give a higher, what's the word I'm looking for? They look at news sites as an authority. And this newspaper site, and I've done this for some other projects of mine, I ran an ad that cost me $50 a month, and a site that I had that was brand spanking new, I mean literally less than 30 days old, literally jumped up to what we call a PR4, page rank 4 on Google, which is pretty significant because sometimes it takes a while to get a brand new site up to a page, get a good high page rank. And in this case, in less than 30 days, it jumped from a 0 to a PR4. And that site also started to appear in the search engines locally very quickly. And I'm talking about in a couple of weeks. Again, we had a news authority site linking back to us. And even though we paid for that link, because we were advertising on that website, it allowed our site to move up the ranks pretty quick. We got some good perks and props from Google as a result of that. And of course, that equals more eyeballs. So look at some of the local newspapers in your city or in your county, or maybe in the major metropolitan area that you service, and get on the website and advertise. Some of them will allow you to place text links and graphics like this here. And, no matter what page we go to here on this site here, and click on the article, the advertisement is always on the right-hand side in this particular format. So I'd encourage you to look at some news sites. That will definitely get you moving up the ranks extremely fast. And that's a secret that a lot of folks won't tell you, but try it, see what happens. It's inexpensive. Will you get a lot of business from the newspaper site? Probably not, but will you get some good rankings as a result of that? Absolutely. So But that's it pretty much for search engine optimization in a nutshell. I wouldn't pay for it. I would suggest you try it on your own first, and then if you can't, or if you're in a major metropolitan area and you want to kind of get a jump start and want somebody else to do it, then give us a shout. But don't pay anybody else thousands of dollars to do that for you. And that's it. My name is Cartes Ross with Inspect Mania. If you'd like to learn more about marketing your home inspection business on the internet, visit us at www.inspectmania.com.